Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, you guys. I'm running about 30 seconds late right now because I was just over at the Facebook page posting right at the very top that we are live. We are live right now. It's 8:01 in the morning out here in rainy, carefree Arizona, 11:01 in the morning on the East Coast, New York City. It is the 22nd of September. If you're listening live right now online at radioleverage.com, you can pick up the telephone, dial 914-338-0631 if you would like to jump into the conversation. If you want to have make a comment, maybe ask a brief question. We're going to be sticking around here for the next, 30, 60, 90 minutes. Yesterday we were here for 2 hours taking questions and having comments and doing some training. Because you know what we always say here is that when when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I know I do have this morning here with me Mr. Doug Wellens. I know Greg is probably lurking around somewhere, but good morning, Doug. How you doing this morning, my brother?
Oh, buddy, I am absolutely doing great. Just working hard for the entire tribe, and there's a lot of things going on here. A lot of brand new systems coming up, pages, testimonials flying in, which is amazing. Anytime anybody can give a testimonial around here, do it. It's going to help everybody and you in the process. So, Joe, I'm doing great. Really blessed that we're all out here together every single day. And if there's anything that I can do to help, let me know.
Will do. And thank you very much for being here. And I want to say something quickly if I can. And there's a lot of things I want to say this morning, you guys, so stick around. You will have a chance, but give me a few minutes here. I will say that yesterday I had an opportunity to sit in for nearly 2 hours, I would say, on a meeting. And in that meeting was the highest levels of management and creative and, the people who really are out there seeing into the future, right? As you guys know, we're here together as Traffic Authority for a little more than a month. I think August 5th is when we went into official pre-launch. As you guys know, we had a couple of, hiccups along the way. No big deal. We were able to fix the stuff, and we're continuing to grow. We're continuing to evolve. And I look back in the rearview mirror right now, and I'm not sure what the number is as far as commissions that have been generated, but it's a lot of money. It's probably approaching $750,000, maybe $1 million in commission dollars have been generated so far. And we're only in our first payday? Less than 2 weeks ago, right? And I'm sitting and I'm thinking, this is really an amazing accomplishment. We've got 18,000 people on our Facebook page. I don't know what the number is in the pre-launch. That's over 60,000 people. I think we're approaching, I'm not sure what the number is of full-on, Traffic Optimizer subscribers, but the numbers are big. And I think about, where we are in the process, and then I sit in on a meeting yesterday with the highest levels of consciousness in our community. And it's really, really interesting to hear the discussion, because the discussions are about always service, always keeping it real, okay? What are the things that we can do every single day so that the brand new person who's just getting their feet wet in the realm of internet marketing and list building and all of those things, how can we make it so it's much more user-friendly? And that's where the discussion always is. And then you leapfrog, and there's another discussion that was taking place yesterday that I had privy to, and this is really exciting. The discussion was managing a group that has six figures, 100,000 members? What about 2 years from now? What about, all of the things that work, the legal issues, the accounting issues, the, all of the economics of an animal this big? It's really, really invigorating to hear people who, you would think that these guys who I was listening in on the conversation, that they'd be saying, woohoo, let's go get a Ferrari, let's get on a G6, let's go party. No, what they're saying is, okay, now it's getting real. Can we roll up our sleeves and let's make sure we've got some stuff really tweaked, refined, technology, servers, backup, redundancies. I'm sitting there going, this is amazing. So, thank you very much, Doug Wellens, for all that you do every single day. I know that some of the stuff that you do goes unnoticed. And yesterday, talking to Greg Chambers, so many of the things that these guys do, and certainly Adam Whiting and his team, Ben, the things that these guys do go largely unnoticed. Okay, they're largely unnoticed. We sometimes out here just get caught up in, okay, my e-wallet isn't working, or, I've got a problem with my get response, and, I've got a question about, something going on in my personal back office. And I know that those things are really, really important. Those things matter to each one of us individually. But on a bigger scope, the work that is being done behind the scenes is just, it's riveting, okay? Especially when I had the opportunity to hear the vision of these individuals talking about, 12, 24, 36 months. Really iconic discussions about the Traffic Authority brand and making sure that it is real and it is viable and it is, transparent and that we are here doing the right things. It was really, really cool. All right. A couple other things I want to share with you guys right now. Okay. So, by the way, if you're listening today for the very first time, my name is Joe and you are listening to Traffic Report, the daily internet virtual water cooler for the Traffic Authority tribe, the ninjas. So I want to welcome you guys. In a moment, we're going to have an opportunity to hear from some people. We do want to hear your testimony. And, if you have a question or two, we'll get to that. My name is Joe. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We never close. We're always here. Saturday afternoons at 1. Tonight, we're doing a webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a live webinar. As you guys know, we do a Thursday night webinar live. As a matter of fact, one of the questions that came up yesterday is, are we crushing the field with too much live stuff? I mean, should we be out here every single day, Monday through Friday, at 11 a.m. Eastern? Should we be? You guys can let me know when we get into some comments here and some questions. You guys let me know what you think, right? Should we be here every single day live? Is there a benefit here? But before I get to that, and I'll tell you what the drill is, how you actually get yourself onto the radio show, I'll tell you that in a moment. But I want to share with you something. I want to share something with you that came on my computer today. And listen very, very closely. Okay, for those of you who are, I understand that some of you have butterflies, a little nervous. This is my first thing, my first internet business. Every once in a while, I see people freaking out right in Facebook, and they're hitting me up, uppercase, so they're yelling at me, going, I want my money back. I invested $47 and I don't have the money. I need my money back. I'm suffering. I am a single parent. I am. Aren't those the two most powerful words in history? Is I am. It's biblical, right? When somebody says to me, I am broke, I am in poverty, I am starving, I am, I'm struggling, I am this, I am that, I go, you think? Do you think? You are? Do you think? I mean, listen to your spoken word. Listen to your declarations. What are you declaring? Come on. So this morning, as I'm going through some of the stuff that's accumulating on my, I get this thing. I'll see if I can bring it up right now, because I don't want to misquote this guy, okay? I don't want to do him the misservice of misquoting. And I'm going to use it, I will change the names to protect people here. All right, here's a guy this morning. This is what he says. Guys, help me repurchase the Optimizer reseller license in Academy so I can buy a diamond package, because I have just missed a diamond sale. So I send the guy the link on where he can go rejoin. And I asked him a question. I said, and what exactly do you mean, repurchase the programs? Question mark. Did you cancel your membership and then someone bought a diamond? And he said, yes. And he gave me some gibberish that he had to cancel because he needed to get a loan. And, you know, I don't know what that meant, right? But yeah, he testified that he canceled his membership. And so he got his refund. His membership was canceled. But he's still lurking around and hanging around. And then he confesses that, yes, somebody in my original group, after I canceled, bought a diamond. And that diamond went around me. I was out of the program. And now he didn't say these things. I'm expanding on the story for your benefit. But here's what happened. He got started. He had a couple people in his pre-launch group who were beneath him. For whatever reason, his own reason, he decided to cancel his membership and ask for a refund. And in the meantime, someone bought a diamond in that original group for $8,000. And that diamond went around this guy. $4,000 is what's paid out on a diamond. So I did a little bit of math this morning, right? And I was thinking, well, if it was one of his first 6 sales, you know that he is going to split the commission 50-50 on his first 6 sales. And so if he were splitting the commission 50-50, and we'll just use round numbers here, he passed up $2,000. Well, I did the math on that, $2,000. That would have sustained his membership for 13 months. Okay, for 13 months, his $144 a month, he had enough money to pay that every month for 13 months out of the profit of one diamond package. If it was an 80-20 split, he would have enough money at the table to pay for his Traffic Authority membership for 22 months. You see what I'm saying here? Sometimes we have a tendency to just get excited, right? Sometimes we have a tendency we want to have it now. Sometimes we look and we go, whoa, $144? And I will humbly say, to those of you who are stretching with your $144, I get it. I really, really get it. That being said, I want you to admit that if $144 is a stretch for you in your life right now in the year 2015, if that is a stretch, then man, you got to do something different. Okay, your best efforts have put you in position where $144 is a stretch. I say this with all humility because, you know, for me, $140, you've heard my story. The guy at the pawn shop, he knows me from a couple tough years I had. Sometimes you got to stretch. This guy goes on to say is that story, okay, this gentleman, the story about him canceling his membership and then having a diamond go around him and that money going around him, he says this, that story would have blown my business up and my downline. There's a guy who gets it, right? And so what I'm thinking is very, very soon, and I'm thinking that I'm going to research, right? I'm going to research this guy. I'm going to have this guy come out and tell his story on one of our radio shows because there is something to be learned here, okay? There's something to be learned about patience, about persistence, right? Sir, you know who you are. If you're listening right now, you know who you are. And gladly, hopefully, we're going to get you back in here and you're going to be able to get yourself reactivated. And thank you for your transparency this morning on Facebook because I know that people will benefit from that. The moral of the story is that sometimes you just have to lock and load and understand a couple of things. Okay, this guy, how did this happen? What really transpired? Guy signs up, spends $144, that's monthly, right? Of which, as you guys know, that of the 144, 70 is going out in commission every single month. So the guy signs up. He's promoting his stuff. He's promoting his site. He's using his pre-launch, which some of you still are using, actually. And what happened in pre-launch is people could opt in. They want more information. They want to learn about what we're doing. And immediately upon opting in, they're in the database that is the database of Traffic Authority. And then what does Traffic Authority do? Traffic Authority begins communicating with everyone in the database. So this guy, although he had left the business, he left the business. Everyone that came into the business, including him, is still receiving correspondence, still receiving those autoresponders. Greg Chambers, who was an email master, right? This is the guy. Greg Chambers knows as much about email marketing as anybody in the world. He was a pioneer. He will tell you. I don't know, maybe when he gets here, I know he's in a meeting this morning. If Greg gets here, I will tell you this, that the autoresponders are responsible for a large percentage of sales. You know, people, as you know, there's a formula, and I'll share this with you guys very, very soon. I have it here somewhere. It actually says, okay, in the sales game, whether it be internet marketing, door-to-door sales, whatever the case may be, people usually have to be touched, meaning an email, a phone call, a webinar, a knock on the door. Usually I think it's 8 times. Someone has to be touched 8 times, give or take. And if somebody, maybe when we get to the Q&A, if one of you guys has better information, but you know what I mean, right? Very rarely does somebody, actually engage on the first exposure. This is the reason we have autoresponders and radio shows, and this is the reason we do webinars, is because people have to see it once, more than once, so that it will make sense. And so in this case, guy signs up, guy bails, but he signed up a few people, and those people are now receiving email every day. We're sending out emails every day. Some of you already, if you've checked your email, you received one early this morning. We're going to start sending those out in the middle of the night so we can catch you East Coasters before you leave for work in the morning. Tomorrow morning, those things, that'll arrive in your box. If you live on the West Coast, those emails are going to be in your box at, are you ready for this? 3 in the morning. Good morning. My point is that we continue to communicate. And now this guy, Traffic Authority is working on his behalf. And as a result of the communication, the connection, the transparency, the messaging, somebody in this guy's group steps up and buys a diamond boom shakalaka, and it goes around. The cool thing is the guy who signed up, our buddy, okay, there's an upline there. He got a freebie, man. He signed up a guy, and the guy was down in that group, just like, oh, I think I'm going to buy a diamond package, and the computer, the system is designed so that it's like water seeking its own level. That diamond goes up and up and up until it finds somebody who's qualified to receive a diamond, right? Mr. Chambers is here. I'm going to be bringing Greg out in a second. As a matter of fact, here he is. Hey, Greg, I know, Greg, listen, I was just telling a little story here. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Chambers is here. I don't know how long you've been here, but this morning I received a post on one of my Facebook pages, actually a Traffic Authority Facebook, and it was from a guy who said, hey, guys, could you help me reactivate my position? I need to reactivate my Traffic Optimizer in my Traffic Academy position. And I sent the guy a note. I said, do tell. Why? What do you mean reactivate? And he said that, you know what? He goes, I had a guy in my group buy a diamond, and it went around me. And I was just talking to the people here around the world about, what really happens. Here's a guy who came in, whatever reason, got squeamish, whatever the reason was, he got out, and the next thing you know, there's an $8,000 sale in his group, and $4,000 went around him. And I laid out some simple math. I said that $4,000, if he was in the 50-50 position because he's in his first 6 sales, he would have made enough money to cover his membership for 13 months on $2,000. And if he was in an 80-20 position because he had already cleared his first 6 sales, he would have had enough money in the bank to pay for his membership for 22 months. But he got out. He bailed. And so we're talking about consistency. We're talking about persistency. We're talking about just hanging in there. And, Greg, one of the things I was commenting, I said, when Greg gets here, maybe he'll know. Greg, you shared with us not long ago a fun fact about how much of the sales activity is generated by the autoresponders. People receive an email or two, they go to a webinar, and it takes a little bit of time because in sales we've learned that customers usually have to be contacted 7-8 times before they make a relaxed and intelligent decision. What is that number, dude? And you're like, and good morning, welcome to the thing.
Hey.
And, hey, comment on that, right? On what the autoresponders are out there doing the work, right? This guy signed up, and there are autoresponders working, and he's not even in the deal. And before you know it, boom shakalaka, $4,000 is gone.
Well,
this
dude,
guy.
I'm going to start backwards today because normally I like to give my gym report, but I'm going to respond to your question first. That number historically is around 20%, which again, you think about it, that is 1/5 of your business, and that's if you're thinking in a linear way, Joe. I mean, that means you're selling one product. With Traffic Authority, though, where our whole strategy is building a list and list monetization. With new products going to be coming out, over time, the ability to run multiple, autoresponder series to that same person that's on your list you're building a relationship with, I believe that number is going to go up in a considerable way. I also just want to comment on the guy, that somehow, did that work. And, just think about this, Joe. This person you're talking about who unfortunately, dropped out in the beginning, and we understand things happen, life gets in the way, but think about this. That diamond, even though the commission would have gone upline, that diamond, that big thinker, would have been on his team. I mean, not only did he, miss out on the qualification bank dollars that would have, $8,000, I mean, it puts you up over platinum qualification, having never bought a traffic package. So, I mean, that's a big benefit. You're able to get, commissions on 5 out of 7 products without ever having bought one, and you've got a huge thinker in your group. So, I mean, again, everyone learns, and this is why we share this lesson, because it does happen, and, but Joe, it is really, I'm so very sorry to hear about this person who really sounds like they lost out on an opportunity, but it's just one. I mean, how many guys out there who will be going diamond over this next 12 months? I mean, so there'll be a ton of that. This one last report, day 7 of 90, woo, in the book.
Awesome.
And I just want to say, I want to give the definition, my favorite definition of discipline, and that's doing the right thing even when you don't feel like it. LL Cool J said that. I heard that 3 or 4 years ago. Thought it was a great definition of discipline. And today, dude, I did not feel like rolling out of bed. I was ready to sleep an extra 2 hours. But I was thinking, I can't come to the radio show and report I missed a day of 90. I just wouldn't be able to live with myself. So it's cool to be on the 90-day challenge.
And I love this. Thank you very much. And I'm really, really excited that you're sharing that with us, right? Because it's about accountability. And Greg Chambers is quoting LL Cool J. Man, I love it. And you know what it stands for? Ladies Love Cool James, right? You know that. LL Cool J. Speaking of LL Cool J, did you know that today is Joan Jett's birthday? I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. And that one is for Barry in Tucson. I know that Barry is a big rock and roller. All right, listen, back to this brief discussion, all right? This gentleman, what he said in his post, Greg, is get me back in. What do I got to do to reengage? And I am buying a diamond. Okay, he's coming in at diamonds now. And so he gets it. He says, this would have blown up my group. He understands the story, the power of these kind of stories and how they inspire people to take action. And I think the real thing here I want to share with you guys, the moral of this story is patience. Okay, and understand that you are in something magnificent. The leverage that is built into our compensation model, the leverage that is built into the plan will reward you. The people who get in and stay in and follow simple things will have results. Period. End of story. I mean, many of you are going to have a result with your own physical conditioning because you're listening to Greg Chambers out here saying, I'm going to the gym every day for 90 days. I know some of you are going to feel better physically. You're going to learn stuff by showing up here. Now, this morning I posted in the Facebook page, there are 3 things today, 3 simple things. Okay, the first one was the daily marketing plan, which is available. We sent you a link to it this morning. The second thing is participating, showing up on this radio show and giving it your attention. And then the third thing is joining us on our webinar tonight. We have a webinar, trafficweblive.net. The registration page is live. I put a little video up there that's kind of interesting. If you pay attention, you'll get it. A guy with a power tool, but he doesn't turn the power on the tool. So the idea for tonight is we're going to give you some basics on, things like Traffic Optimizer. And, we're hoping to get one of the first people that we're talking to about Traffic Control Board out here to maybe see if maybe he can help us this evening with some stuff related to get response. But my point is 3 things today, 3 things. The daily marketing plan, take action. Show up to the radio show, get yourself inspired, motivated, learn from the best. The third thing, show up on the webinar tonight. Pay attention. There's going to be some nuggets of truth and things that you will take from there that will build your business. The rest of it is very, very automatic, right? I mean, done for you marketing. We just learned today that the autoresponders are out there working at a very, very high rate, very efficient. We know that there right now are two different there are two different sales funnels. There are at least 4 landing pages. There's a bridge that we'll learn more about the bridge, how that really works. There's a retail opportunity for you to actually sell products retail only. There is an e-commerce solution that is set up. There is an e-wallet that people right now are taking money out on a daily basis because they're getting we get paid once a week. We get paid every Friday, but then you've got your e-wallet and people are cutting checks and having bank transfers done. We have training. We have got leaders. What else is there to do? I mean, this is simple, very, very simple. And what we're going to be talking about here very soon, like within the next week, we're going to go into some training on, okay, what do you say to somebody who's just joined your business, right? Somebody who's in your downline, you get their telephone number. We're recommending that you pick up and you just have a very, very brief conversation. And you know what? Maybe at some point in time, your group gets really, really big and you have to hire an assistant to make those phone calls. Or maybe you get really efficient on Facebook. Or maybe you really, really, you start doing your own webinars. All of this stuff is there for you, and we're going to teach you how to do it. But it starts with simply being patient and taking action and learning from our friends. This guy, I won't mention his name, who posted in the page today, it was like, whoa, thank you. I'd already said, here's something I learned today, something else I learned. For those of you that saw my post on Facebook early this morning, or maybe you read my email, here's something I learned today. You ready? Coffee first, posting second. This morning my feet hit the floor. It was 5:15. I was like crazy. I'm building stuff, and I'm like, and then I posted on Facebook, and then all of a sudden somebody, I can't remember your name, forgive me, I'm not on Facebook, said, hey Joe, your links aren't working. I'm like, hold on, let me get some coffee. So that's what I learned for me personally. Coffee first, posting second. All right, here's what we do this morning, okay? I'm going to say, if you called into our radio show at 914-338-0631 and you have a question, or more importantly, a comment, we want to hear your comments, I'm going to say the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and I'm going to ask you to quickly come out, say your first name, the city, state, or the country that you're calling in from, and let's have at it. Let us know exactly what you're thinking today. One thing I will point out, if you have a question, if you have a specific question about your experience, what's going on in your member back office, your dashboard, your commissions, your downline, all of that stuff, we have found that 99% of every single question is answered in the video tutorials. So please, if you're going to ask a question today, I want you to promise me that you have watched all of the video. Vincent Ortega Jr., he tells his people, watch the videos 7 times. 7 times watch the videos and then bring me your questions, because the questions are answered there. And the reason that those videos are so effective and the reason they're assembled the way that they do is so that you can begin building your business remotely, 24/7. People can be on the other side of the world, and they can join you in your downline, and they can get started in real time, and they will have all of their questions answered so they can begin making money regardless of who the sponsor is. So make sure that you've watched all the videos before you ask a question. That being said, let's roll. Let's see what we got going on. 5691, you're first up in the queue. Good morning.
Hey guys, it's Steve Schumacher out in Portland, Oregon, representing Nancy Flynn's awesome team. Wanted to tell anybody that's on the fence about buying traffic packages, I'm telling you, bought a basic package. I got 44 clicks. I got 10 leads.
Awesome.
I've been posting in Facebook groups, Google groups. Never gotten. I might have gotten 2 or 3 leads. The traffic package, man, I've gotten more leads than that. I'm nothing's really happening quite yet, but you know what? I've got faith. You guys say it's going to happen. I'm going to accept it at face value. It's going to happen. Period.
It is, and it's going to happen. And thank you very much, Steve. And you're the guy that's going to make it happen. Okay. All we can do is point you in the direction. We're like tour drivers here. We're like on a tour bus. We're going to show you how to get there. And you just follow the process. 9201, you're next up.
Good morning, Joe, Greg, and Adam. This is Kara Kokel in Austin, Texas.
Kara, how are you? And hey, listen, I got a comment on, on the stuff that you've been posting. Have you been posting the Shalane stuff about her Paris trip? I saw that you were, like really down with what she was able to accomplish going to Paris within her first month after getting started here. Pretty cool, huh?
Right, yeah. I was actually going to give her a shout-out and say, hey, to Shalane over in Paris, who made enough money in her first 29 days to hop on a plane and jet over there. That's awesome. And, yeah, I posted that as well. So, yeah, hey, Shalane, I hope you're, having a great vacation over there in Paris. That's super exciting.
It's really exciting. I was on my notes, actually. I'm going to see if we're going to see if we can track her down today. I don't know if she's got Skype access, but how cool would it be to bring her out on the webinar tonight, live from Paris, Texas, after her first 29 days,
That would be awesome. That would be
we'll see
really
if we can
cool.
hook her.
Awesome.
What else is happening,
so I just wanted to, I'm feeling really blessed this morning, and I just wanted to, make a few shout-outs, and I have a comment as well. I want to shout out to, again, Michael Scavuzzo, who is my direct upline, and Vincent Ortega. You guys are putting in so much time and work and just really helping your teams, and just want to say thank you so very much for everything that you're doing for us and myself. It's been really amazing, and just very grateful to both of them. And I also wanted to share something that was actually shared with me yesterday on Facebook by one of the people in our community who I've been able to connect with. His name is Joe Gallucci. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. Mm-hmm. He shared this with me, and I wanted to share it with you guys, if that's okay.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a quote by Jim Rohn, and it says, "Ideas are not reserved for those that hope. They're not reserved for those that wish. They're not reserved for those that complain. Good ideas are reserved for those that search." And that's a quote by Jim Rohn. And, I have to say that I get a couple of different messages from that. One of the messages that I get is kind of related to, what you were saying this morning about what you declare, about what you put out, what you release out of your mind and your mouth. When what we search for, we find. So when we're searching for good things, we'll find them. And I am a testament to that, because I have been searching for purpose and good things to come into my life, and I've found them. And people are raised, so many people are raised to believe that you can't do this and you can't do that, and nothing's, it's impossible, and just negative. And unfortunately, when they come into adulthood, that's how they perceive their life, is that, they can't do what they really want to do. They can't go after their dreams. They have to, stay stifled in their current situation that they're in. And so whenever they release that negative energy, those negative thoughts and those negative words, that's what they continue to find. So when you're continuing to look and search for the negative things, that's what you're going to find. When you change it, and you can really change it in the moment. You can change your thought, and you can change your words right in the moment to go from negative to positive. I can, I will, I am. When you can do that, then that's going to be your outcome. You're going to find whatever you search for, you will find. Seek and you shall find. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I wanted to thank Joe Gallucci for sharing that with me yesterday. I thought it was really cool, and so I just wanted to share that with you guys this morning. And on one last note, yes, I think you should keep the morning calls going for now. I think there's so many new people who, still need you guys' help, and it's just such great value that you guys give, on these calls, and it really shows that the company cares and the transparency is there. So definitely keep them going. I'm going to be staying plugged in always.
Well, and Greg, what Kara's talking about here, before you arrived this morning, Greg, I mentioned the fact that I was in a meeting yesterday, and you were one of the participants in the meeting yesterday. And the meeting was so high level. We're talking about very basic things, how we can be better, servants for the members, and what can we do for the brand new person who's getting started. And then I talked about the fact that there was another level of discussion about what are we going to be doing in 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 3 years, and it was technical, talking about servers and capacities and merchant accounts. And I said in this morning before you arrived, Greg, I said, one of the conversations we had was, are we coming with too much live stuff, right? 6 days a week we're live on the radio. 2 nights a week we're live with webinars, and we're just getting started. Remember the conversation yesterday? It's like, man, maybe we're overwhelming the people with too much live stuff. So what I said this morning, Greg, is, you guys, what do you think? Should we keep the live radio show going? So, because Greg, I know how you are, dude. I know your antenna are up right now, going, "What's Kara talking about?" Well, of course, we're going to keep doing the live radio show. And Kara,
Joe, I remember you giving one important stat too that the people here need to hear. That over 12,000 people have listened to this show in the last 30 days. So that's unique people, and that's. It shows how important it is to the community. So, I mean, there's no question about the importance of this call, and it won't be going anywhere. It may not be question and answer every day once we get out a little further, but, I mean, Joe will definitely be here.
I'll be here every single day. And you know what, really, this radio format, it's to showcase everyone. Okay, I know that I dominate here, and Greg and I, we both have a tendency to be very, very forceful characters. But this is really about showcasing new talent and new people coming up as our community expands and grows. We are relying on people like you, Kara, the information that you're bringing here this morning, talking about verbalization and the declarations, I am. And this is the kind of stuff that will benefit people, right? We talk about the radio show being motivational, informational, educational. That's what it is. It's not just sell, buy stuff. That's not it. Okay, we want to empower people to live better lives, have stronger relationships with their families, with themselves, with their bank accounts, and we learn from each other. Kara, thank you very much. And Joe Galacci, I know I'm going to refer to him as Joey G from now on. He's like one of my homeboys now. Joey G is posting some really cool stuff out there. Kara, thank you very much this morning. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great.
You're welcome. We will, and let's keep it moving. Okay, I'm not sure Ace is in the house. Somebody with all ones across the board.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello?
Great.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. This is Celeste, who's been trying to get in touch with you all the time. But anyway, I talked to you Friday, and then you said send me an email. Well, what I did, Joe, is I did my routine, which is when I get off the phone with you guys, I go right to study, and I also view the videos and stuff to see if I've missed anything. I came in one evening because I had been to hospital. I came in one evening, I had missed half of one of the webinars. I was looking for it for over a week, and I couldn't find it. But it turned out when I did this study after I talked to you Friday, all weekend, up until Sunday morning, I found it. And when I found it, it was the one with the dancing, with Greg dancing. That's why I really wanted to see it. Well, what turned out is that Vince is like he's expounding on how to stop, go, and pause your. I didn't know how to do that. Okay,
and now you do.
That was there, and now I do. And then also I got to see the dancing thing. I'm like, yeah, that definitely could be Greg with the way he was shaking and wiggling. I said, yeah, that I said, oh, and that must be the other. I was really turned on by it. So what I did, I ran that 3 times that day while I was still working because I still continue. I was already reviewing. I had memorized some of these things and some of this how much I look at it. But anyway, I got a downline. When I got the downline, it said all my 9 download members was inactive. I was like, wow, what does that mean? So what I did, I thought about it, and I said, well, if they're inactive, I need to activate them. So I sent them emails, and then I looked in the column said leads because I didn't think I had any yet, and it turned out I had leads in there. So then I I'm doing this by my hand, and I wrote out the emails. And then the next day I got some more, and then the next day. So I have gotten them 3 times. I've written continued to write, and then I got a response from one girl who was like, "Well, I want to cancel because I don't really understand this stuff and everything." And my heart went out to her because she's just confused. So I sent her a special email. Then I went back. I thought about myself. Maybe I talked too big. Maybe I said maybe it was too because she said she had confusion. So when I went back, I found this. I thought about the ice bucket, and I took the video with this guy, Chris Pratt, his ice bucket, and I said to her, "Relax." I said because I have to relax. I said I understand how you feel because I felt that way too when I came. Maybe I couldn't do it, being uncertain. And then I said, but you got to. My sister told me shut the front door, and if you say that 3 times fast, you know what it's really saying. But shut the front door. And so I put in there, relax, and just take a plunge. So I'll tell her to take a plunge into the ice bucket. And I'm sending that out to all of my other contacts too. But that's what is happening with me. I'm a continuous student. I don't plan to give up, because I don't have feelings for quitting. And I did make a sacrifice to get in here. I got the base before the cutoff, so I got the bronze level credit. But I also paid for the 144. I'm carrying on, and I'm doing it.
Well, Celeste, thank you very much, for coming out here today. I am your champion, right? I'm supporting you every way, and I'm so happy that you actually took the time, went through the videos, and there was the answers to the questions. That's why we do these webinars. That's why we do this video content. And yes, and you are the leader. You are, in your own world, you're the dancing Greg, like on the video, right? That's Celeste, thank you very much for taking the time. And good morning. Is this Diamond Dave?
It is. It's Diamond Dave out here in Tinley Park. How's everybody doing this morning?
I'll let you decide. Okay, we've heard from Kara. We've heard from Steve. We just heard from Celeste. We've heard from me. We've heard from Greg and Doug. How do you think we're doing today, Diamond Dave?
I don't know. It's near above ground. It's a good day in my world. You remember what I do for a living, so every day is a good day. Listen, I just wanted to touch base. There's a lot of people out there that have been messaging me directly and stuff. And, hey, I appreciate that. I love the thank yous for the stuff that I've been doing for you guys. Not a problem. The thing I wanted to mention is everybody keeps thanking me I'm not on your team. Will you be able to help me? Listen, everybody that's out there, realize this. This is traffic authority. It's not Dave's authority. It could be if Greg wants to sign some papers over, but I'm okay with that. But it is traffic authority. Anything that you do out there that violates our code of conduct, anything that violates our stuff is going to make us all look bad. So when you're creating stuff and you don't get it reviewed, you don't get permission to use stuff, that makes us all look bad. So when I put videos out and stuff like that, please do not ever think that it's just for my team. My team is Traffic Authority, and we're changing the market out there. This is a business like nothing anybody has out there. I mean, there are some small knockoff type businesses. There's all kinds of junk out there. I mean, there's a lot of junk out there. But nothing is as powerful as what we've come across with what Greg and Doug and everybody and Chad have put together. Nothing is as live and as active. I mean, we haven't even been to live meetings or anything like that, like all the other network marketing companies do yet. And look at how well so many of you guys know the owners. How many of you can say that about any of the other businesses you've been part of? So when you guys are making stuff up and doing stuff, when you become a leader in your group, go ahead and make something for your team, announce it to them first, but realize that when you share it to everybody, if the system is working and everybody can benefit from it, we all benefit from that, and the company gets better. I mean, just think about if you made something and somebody says, you're with that Traffic Authority thing. Well, somebody out there did something wrong. But if you said, oh, my God, you're with Traffic Authority, imagine that response. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. Listen, guys, I did clear some stuff up, so I will most likely be available for tonight. So, Joe, Don't forget to give me a call. Other than that, you guys, everybody have a good day and realize that there are people who have worse days.
Yeah, and thank you very much. Diamond Dave, and I'm going to get you out here in a second. And Dave, I will be calling you up. And you know that you have to have a Gmail address. We're going to be featuring Diamond Dave on tonight's webinar. We're probably going to get Kara out there as well. I think Anchor might be chiming in tonight. I know that we're going to be bringing in Adam and, of course, Greg. It's going to be a killer webinar tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Diamond Dave, people are going to see
I'll
Diamond
be the only ugly one out there, huh?
I can't wait to have you out there tonight. This guy, and Diamond Dave, when he says, hey, you're above ground, so you're doing good, this guy is a paramedic, okay? This is the guy who shows up when disaster happens. He's cool. He's calm. I mean, you're like looking, just catastrophic stuff right in the face, destruction, car accidents, fires, heart attacks, right there. And there's Diamond Dave, cool, calm, and collected, taking care of business, man. Taking care of business.
You know how funny that is, Joe, that people actually get upset that I've been to Iraq, I've been through the first Gulf War, and I've been through all this. I show up on calls where things are just devastating. My partners could be freaking out, these young paramedics, and I'm just taking my time, enjoying life. And it's just funny because they're like, you didn't rush. I'm like, okay. Rushing doesn't get you anywhere. You guys never heard of the tortoise and the hare?
That's right, man.
It's amazing how people get mad at me when I save their life, and they get mad at me and they celebrate when somebody's died on me. It's a backwards world right now. Mm-hmm. I think I went through a portal. That's probably what happened.
I know, dude. My brother is a paramedic. I've told you this before. And not long ago, he told me the story. He got a call, and it was like some guy was in cardiac arrest, and he goes into the house, and he does his job, and he brings the guy out. And then the mother, the wife, says, oh, by the way, I want to thank you so much, and I can't believe you're back. And she's hugging my brother, and he's like, do we know each other? And she's like, yes. 12 years ago when my daughter was 4 and she was choking, you were the guy that came and saved her. And now she's this gorgeous 18-year-old, right? And it's like my brother's in the same house 2 times over 20 years. And he's like, whoa, what are you doing here, dude? But listen, Greg Chambers, you want to come out here and have a word or two with Diamond Dave?
Yeah, I'm just saying, Dave is so impressive. He has 2 nicknames because I call him Awesome Dave. And Dave, just want to really thank you for the webinar you did this past weekend. And I just want to let people know, in order to get a preview for what's coming as part of the training, it's going to be Dave and other people as well. But you guys need to go to our Facebook page and find the Dave Get Response webinar he did. Because I'm going to say he created a really cool mini training on how to email your partials. And a partial is simply someone that's coming through, your sales path. They became a lead, and they filled out at least the front part of the order form. So they filled in name, email address, phone number, username for the system, and their password. And then they did not, go ahead and submit their credit card information, or they may have been declined even. But Dave actually talks about how to talk to how to email these people directly, and on top of that, he's actually allowing us to all share in the copy that he's written, which has been approved, and again, really good. So you guys will get a benefit from that. So Dave, thank you. See you on the webinar tonight.
And Dave, we're going to want you to, maybe we'll recap that tonight on tonight's webinar for people who don't hear the radio show. And, the group is so big. We're over 18,000 in Facebook. So we're going to be featuring Diamond Dave and some of that stuff. Dave, thank you very much, dude. Have a good day. I'll see you tonight, okay?
You too, bud.
Later, man. There's Diamond Dave checking in. Let's keep it moving. Number 1650, you are next up.
Good morning, Joe, Doug, and Greg. How you doing, my tribal chiefs? It's Barry in Tucson.
Barry, all I want to say to you is I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby.
Yeah, baby. I appreciate that shout out a few minutes ago, my rock and roll Goomba.
So what's happening today?
Oh, I just want to put in my 2 cents about whether we should keep doing this radio show Monday through Friday. Well, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said yesterday, how many people can, like myself, look forward to Mondays now? And I swear, it seems like an eternity from Saturday to Monday. I mean, I've got my football on Sunday, but I swear, it just doesn't seem right all day without starting that show at 8 in the morning,
I know. I feel the exact same way. What would I do, man? This is a huge tribe, and it's a huge family vibe that's going here. And for some of you guys, I just want to put this out there. Yeah, we know Barry. Barry's been hanging around the neighborhood all the way back in the wintertime when we were in the beta test stage. And, but there's people here that we've just met. Kara, we just met Kara. And Diamond Dave, we've only known him for a little more than a month. He just showed up here, right? And so I want to make sure that you guys know that everybody can press 1. We are all the misfits of the world. We are unbelievable. This is a group of people who are entrepreneurs who are willing to take risks and take responsibility and make stuff happen. So, press 1, even if you're a first-timer. We want to hear what you're saying. Barry,
Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Barry from Tucson, checking in, a regular on the radio show. Let's keep it moving. 2959, you're next up in the queue.
Carlos Rodriguez from New York City. Hi, guys. How you doing?
And see, here it is. Here's another guy. Here's another guy, Carlos from New York City, a regular with Carly Rose, his daughter, usually in the background, making some ruckus.
Yes,
hey,
he's here.
How you doing today, Carlos?
I'm good. Just want to shout out Diamond Dave, man. I was getting in contact with him about the tremendous training he has. I'm always plugging in, always learning. So thank you, Dave. I agree with Kara and Barry. Don't go. Keep this radio show. This is my daily motivation. My days is never the same anymore from like a month ago. Every day it's just amazing getting my mind ready to go to the 9 to 5 later on. And, yeah, don't go. We're here.
All right, we're staying, Carlos. That's it. That's it. The jury has spoken, and I'll be here every single morning, okay? If you ever come here at 11 a.m. Eastern and I'm not here, call Diamond Dave and say, I think Joe is keeled over. Could you get over there and give this guy some CPR? Because I'll be here. I promise you guys I'll be here. This is my daily motivation. And, to hear from people like Kara, right, and Diamond Dave, it's just like, and Barry is just like, and you, Carlos, it's just, for me, this is an energy source, man. This empowers me to go throughout the day and work and continue to strive for excellence, right? Orderpiche. That's when I'll throw out for a contest later in the week. Orderpiche. If those of you guys, have you ever heard that word, Orderpiche? I learned that, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, I learned that word from a shaman in Machu Picchu in Peru. 6592, you are next.
This is Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. How you doing?
Go
Frank,
day 1 of 90.
Frank, is this the first day?
1 of 90. Now I'm calling all my other followers and friends. I'm challenging you. I'm the second man out there, 1 of 90.
Excellent. And yesterday actually in this, I keep talking about this secret meeting that I was at yesterday with the top minds in Traffic Authority. And one of the things that came up was the 90-day challenge, Frank. And I know that you were kind of like the spark that created that, like, okay, what can we really do here for a 90-day challenge for our members, for our Traffic Authority members related to their Traffic Authority business. So thank you very much, Frank. Thank you for, how you doing today? What else is going on?
Well, my autoresponder's not working yet. I've been really working with them hard to try to get it to happen. I wish, Greg, you could give me a call later on today or do something. I don't want to be left in the dust.
Yeah, Frank, sorry. There was a few people I just didn't have time to get back to yesterday. You're on my list for today. Again, if you just hit me on Facebook to kind of push it up to the top. I mean, unfortunately, I talked to 10 people and asked them to hit me, and then I get hit by 75 others. Please hit me again. I'll get through it as fast as I can. The get response setup's super easy. We can get it done in 5 minutes. I'll definitely give you a call before 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today.
And also remember that tonight, on the webinar tonight, we're going to be featuring Diamond Dave. He's going to be one of our guys speaking tonight, teaching tonight, and he's a guy who did a specific get response training. So I know a lot of that stuff will come in handy for you tonight, Frank. Make sure that you're there. TrafficWebLive.net. Thank you very much, Frank. TrafficWebLive.net. Ladies and gentlemen, TrafficWebLive.net. That's the registration page for tonight's webinar. 8487, you are next up.
Hey, Joe. It's Mike out here from California.
All right, Mike, I gotta ask you, Mike, where the hell have you been, bro? Where you been? I see you posting on Facebook. You're a regular, and I see that you're always sending in some voice on our 800 number testimonial line, and you're one of our regular guys going all the way back to February, bro. Where you been, man? What's up?
we go back a ways. Hey, I listen to you every day. Morning, Doug and Greg. I don't want to leave you guys out. Hi, Kara. Hear you guys and Diamond Dave, and hey, you can call me Diamond Mike if you want. That's fine too. We're firefighters, man. I mean, he's a medic. I'm retired fireman. Going back over 33 years. So, hey, I get the program with all this stuff, guys. But hey, just real quick, if I could shout out, I do have one little issue, but it's not a big thing. But what I want to tell our trial members, Joe and Doug and Greg, we go back a ways, Joe, and we go back since the ILS days. But what I want to tell trial members and everybody, I agree with you. $144 a month is nothing. If you took $5 a day and you went to go buy a Starbucks coffee, do the math. It's 30 days in a month, buying $5 is coffee. That's $150. And hey, $144 is nothing. Is nothing. If someone were to go to a ball game, you go to a football game, baseball game, basketball games, you don't think people spend over $100 in those type of situations? I mean, entertainment's priceless, and I understand that. But you know what? When you have a great business like this, that's going to make you more money than anything possible. This is where you need to be. And in a few small months, and I figure 6 months to a year, you're going to make that money back in no time, and then you can really enjoy the benefits from all this. So this is where it's all at, So I like to tell all the trial members, hang in there, for 6 months. I think Greg says even a year. Do that, and believe me, you will see the benefits. And you have to have a little belief in all that. So trial members, hang in there, man. It will happen. So, and yeah, guys, we need you on the radio. That's for sure. We enjoy your inspirations, Joe. And hey, man, I'll be your Huckleberry. I mean, I know where it's at. It's something we all need to have.
Well, you got to be here more often, dude. I know that you're always lurking. And listen, may I also point something out to you? May I? And this is no. I want everybody else to put your fingers in your ears. Mike, every morning, almost every morning, you say to me, "Good morning, Joe." And you're spelling it M-O-U-R-N-I, and I'm like, what? Should I be sad? You're like, good morning, the word mourn, M-O-U-R-N. That's like, oh, somebody died, right? Check it how you're spelling good morning. I'm like, wow, why is Mike? Is he sad? Am I sad? Why, am I like? Should I be mourning something? Did somebody die? Yeah, you know what died? Poverty. That's what died. Okay, Here,
I'll spruce it up a little more, Joe. I'll get it up for you.
Thank you very much, Mike from Cali checking in. Love the Mike from California checking in. Let's keep it moving. 3558. You're next up.
Hi, my name is Tawanda Arnold, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
Good morning, Tawanda.
When he said good morning, he was talking about the morning of a dead end job. A job needs to die. And me personally, I'm not working. I'm on a walker and I'm disabled, but I look forward to the future of doing something positive with you all. Thank you for inviting me to your community, because I do feel the warmth that's there. And I had a question. My question is, do you all have an archive for, each one of the radio shows that you're doing? Like today, can I look at this maybe 2 or 3 weeks later if I wanted to, or should I say listen to it 2 or 3 weeks later?
Yes, Tawanda, here's the deal, and thank you very much for that comment. I love what you're saying here about mourning, the dead edge job. Right. So, all right, here's where you can find us at, Tawanda, and I'm going to put you back on mute here. We're live on the radio right now, and you can pick up the telephone as you have done, and you have called in. But we also have a website, and the website is radioleverage.com. And we have that all over the Facebook page, right? As a matter of fact, in your member back office, if you go to the very bottom, there's a link to radioleverage.com. Radioleverage.com has been there on the internet since February, and we have been doing a radio show 5 days and then 6 days a week. Every day, 6 days a week, and every single one of those radio shows are archived there. Okay, you can go there right now, and you will see the one that is our favorite show. And what we do is we pin one to the top for all of you guys. Your information, right? Today's radio show, we're recording it, and it will be available within 10 minutes at the conclusion of the radio show. You can find it at radioleverage.com. But what we do, just like on Facebook, we can pin pin a featured show. So when you go there today, or if you can send, like I would recommend to Wanda, you can send prospects, people who are considering our community, you can send them there, and the very first radio show they will hear, and the very first one at the top, is from last Friday, because it was just rocking. It was almost 2 hours long. It was people from all over the world having fantastic results. People were crying. People were celebrating. They're talking about transform. It was just like really, really cool. So again, I want to ask all of you guys to use all of the tools. We have a Facebook page, Tawanda, and for the rest of you, if you're new, you can become a member of our private VIP mastermind group. We have a shortcut. You get there by going to E as in Edward, Z as in zebra.com, and then / T as in traffic, A as in authority, F as in face, B as in book, group. And that will get you into our Facebook group, Tawanda, because a lot of the information I'm saying right now is stuff that is there, and it's posted there nearly every single day. So make sure that you go check it out, okay? And thank you very much, Tawanda, calling in from Tennessee. Tawanda, you make it so worth it. I got to be honest with you. If you really know what's going on behind the scenes, making sure that people who really, really are looking for some change, and they're looking for something that works, and they're looking for something that's no BS. That's what we're about, man. We'll get it done. 9314, you're next up.
Hi, my name is Stephen Adams from Gainesville, Texas.
Good morning, Stephen. How are you today?
I'm good. I have a question. Well, I got a traffic package yesterday and it's running, but I don't have any clicks on it yet, and it's been running since yesterday. I was wondering what that's about.
Well, Greg, want to come out here and talk about, Stephen Adams just got started yesterday and just started running, and sometimes clicks take a while, right, Greg?
Yeah, in fact, welcome aboard. You must be brand new because we've covered this a lot. Just to let you know, the way that Traffic Authority traffic runs, it will run over like 21 days. So if yours has just started, you'll start getting clicks later. If you're a smaller package in the basic range, understand you're going to receive less clicks per day. If you're a larger order like Platinum Pro or Titanium or Diamond, you're obviously going to get more because whatever the campaign is, they all run within basically the same period of time. The larger campaigns just get more clicks. But the purpose, Stephen, behind this is, basically when people have time to run their orders, they have a time to, actually manage the results. They have a time to, watch the stats. They have a chance to update URLs. They have a chance to, change perhaps autoresponder messages. So in other words, they have time to make changes. Again, the kind of world I come from, 20 years of email marketing, if you get, a solo ad, basically the ad goes out, you have, probably 80 to 90% of your responses, back in the first 24 hours. Very little time to react. The way to actually, manage a business is to build your list over time. And this is exactly how our program works. And again, you'll be seeing your responses come in over the days and weeks as you move forward. And just make sure that you're not paused and that your traffic is turned on, and you will be getting traffic in the next 24 hours or so.
Thank you for that question, Stephen Adams. And as Greg said, welcome to our tribe, man. Welcome to our group. Make sure that you're showing up here every single day, and you'll get all kinds of information, education, and hopefully motivation and inspiration. And Stephen Adams in Gainesville, make sure tonight that you're checking in on our webinar, trafficweblive.net. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. When we do a webinar, ladies and gentlemen, we do keep them available for archives. And we have them archived. And Greg and I were working on our YouTube page last week, and we're going to be sending out a link so you guys can visit all of the webinars that we've ever done. 1605, you're next up. Hello. Hey.
Hey, Joe. It's Ed from Tucson.
Hey, Ed. How are you today?
Hey, great. Well, this morning was another example of why you should keep this going because, man, this is just like dynamite. Two benefits. One for a new person who needs the information on the success of TA, and then for people like myself who's a baby boomer and been around since you guys began, it's a motivation every morning to be able to listen in and our cast of characters, man, Celeste, she was just outstanding. I mean, look at the excitement and the enthusiasm she had. And leaders like Dave, who found me on a webinar and said, "Oh yeah, you're Ed, huh? Yeah, you're Diamond Dave, right?" So hey, shout out to Dave because he's truly a leader, man. And now it's nice to see that we're going to balance out the webinar with the male and female now. See, we got Dave and we got Kara both, so that's cool. Both great leaders. And then of course my buddy Barry from Tucson too.
Yeah, and then
and Mike. Yeah, I'm glad you shouted out to Mike too, because I'm thinking, man, what happened to Mike? Man, he's back in the old day too, man. When we were still ILS. What's going on? So good to hear from Mike too.
And what about you? What about you, dude? You posted a testimony in Facebook. I don't know if you were with us on Saturday's Visionary Founders Call.
No, unfortunately, I was listening to Vincent on his webinar, so I had to share myself.
All right. Well, listen. The reality of the situation is that Doug Wellens read your testimonial, and I don't know if you've received it in the email yet, but you're a winner of an iPad, bro. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I know that, man. I'm still waiting for it. Yeah, Doug already texted me and said that it's coming, so I'm waiting to sign that sucker over, man.
Well, you're one of our leaders, Ed, so thank you for showing up here today. I really appreciate the support. You have been around for a long time since we've been doing this all the way back in February.
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it. I may not come out all the time, but I'm always listening, that's for sure.
Well, thank you very much, Ed in Tucson checking in. Let's keep it moving. 3391, you're next up.
Good morning, Joe. This is Joe Galucci from California.
Are you talking Joey G? Do you mind if I call you Joey
G?
I don't know if you were here. Yeah. Were you here earlier when Kara was actually quoting you?
Yes. Actually, I would like to thank Kara for sharing my message today.
Well, thank you, sir. I hope you don't mind. I hope you're not offended by me calling you Joey G. It's just that, I'm from the hood.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's Joe the Plumber.
Joe, the original. I remember now. You were the Joe the Plumber that came out here weeks ago. How are you today, Joe the Plumber?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. What's happening today?
Okay. Well, I'd like to add something else to the message that Kara said today. If you search, you will find. Well, our search is over because we found Traffic Authority.
It's amazing. It is an amazing thing. It's just the contributions that are coming in, like from you, Joe the Plumber, and from Kara, and just it really is taking shape, man. I'm very, very excited. Thank you very much, Joe, for being out there, and thank you for the work that you do on Facebook. You are a very, very encouraging guy, and it's a bromance now. If I call you Joey G, we got a bromance going here, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all that you're doing in the background. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. There's Joe the Plumber. Joe the Plumber checking in. 1005, you're next up in the queue. Good morning, 1005. And that's 630, man. That's my hometown.
Oh, hello?
Oh, hold on. I took you off mute. Yes, hello.
Oh, hi. This is Natalie from Batavia, Illinois.
Batavia. Know it well, Natalie.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm missing the Chi, to be honest with you. I love Chicago this time.
I know. It's awesome. It's been such gorgeous weather here, too.
Is it? My family is still there. I talk about them all the time. How are you this morning?
I hear you giving Chicago a shout-out all the time. And where are you from in Chicago?
I'm from the South Side. I grew up on 57th and Lawndale, south side of the city. And then recently I lived in, Hinsdale, Downers Grove, that area out there.
Yeah. That's not that far away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who was the lady on earlier? Was it Cheryl? No.
Kara?
No, not Kara. It was the lady that you answered the phone call from. I just wanted to say that, when you guys were talking about should you keep the on-air thing going, absolutely. We learn something from you guys all the time, every day. But what I was thinking was I had so many questions about the emails. And then the lady that you brought on the line earlier, it totally answered my question. So absolutely, you should absolutely stay on.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Natalie from Batavia.
Yeah.
I'm loving
Thanks,
the Chi.
guys.
All right, thank you for coming out here. Okay, I want to hear more from you. My Chicago sister, I want to hear more from you about your results and things that are going on. And isn't this cool? We learn from each other, right? We learn from each other. I think that was Celeste who did the research. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be getting into a little bit of detail. Hey, 2654, you're next up. Whoop.
Is this
Hello?
Joe?
This is Joe. Last time I looked in the mirror, it was Joe. Who's this?
Do you know who this is yet?
I can't be sure.
No, you don't. It's Shalane.
Are you calling from France?
I am in Paris right now, thanks to TA.
Hold on. Let's be real. You're
Hold
really
on.
calling in right.
Everybody
You're really
stop
calling
right now.
Paris, Texas, or Paris, France? Okay.
Like Paris. There's a Paris, Texas story. I'm Canadian. I don't know I'm in France. Paris, France, right now.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Impromptu trip, thanks
when
to
you
TA.
When you were on the
plane.
Paris, France. When you were on the plane, was that Chardonnay that I saw you in your hand?
I have no idea what it was, but I missed my drink being poured, so I got back down to my seat, and the fellow came walking by again, and he's like, "Do you want two?" And I said, "All right, I guess I deserve two." So yeah, I did. I got two glasses of white wine on the trip to Paris, France.
This is amazing. Let me see if I can get
It is totally amazing, and I am so grateful and so humbled by all the support within TA, from you, Joe, from Greg, from Vincent. It has just been an amazing trip so far, no pun intended, or possibly a pun intended, that I am here now where I'm at. My spending money for my trip to Paris, it's paid for by TA, so thank you for this opportunity. And I just had to chime in from the other side of the world. It is 6:10 p.m., so I'm super jet lagged, but I had to call in and just give my support and give my thanks and my gratitude and let you guys know that I'm still tuning in as long as I have an internet connection or Wi-Fi and long distance, obviously, that I'm here. And yesterday I probably got about 30 to 40 friend requests, and I'm here to support people. I'm getting the question a lot, Shalane, what's your secret? And the secret is connect with people. Show them that you're human. Stop link dumping on people. That's not what this is about. When you are sharing your business op with other individuals, they are your potential business partners. Don't you want to get to know them? I do. I don't want to link dump on people. You're basically doing an interview process. Who do you want to build your business with? So get to know them. If you don't share your link for 3 days, that is okay. So I just had to chime in from Paris. I'm on my way to the Hard Rock right now, but I just had to give my 2 cents or €2 and let you guys know what's up from overseas right now. So thanks, Joe.
All right, hold on, Shalane. Hold on. Don't go yet. Don't go yet.
I'm
okay,
here,
first thing is, okay, I got your girl. Your girl, Kara's off mute right now. Kara, I don't know if you're on the line still, but I also
Kara and I were Lady Boss. We got this. We've connected.
And Greg Chambers.
What's up,
right
Shalane?
Hey, Kara. Lady Boss in the house.
and then
I
Greg.
have heard of Paris, Texas. I have heard of Paris, Texas because I live in Texas. It's a very, very, very small town here in Texas. But I knew you were in France.
No, I'm up in Canada, so no, I've never heard of Paris, Texas. I'm in Calgary, Alberta. So.
All right. Well, listen, and Greg Chambers, he's chiming in here. But listen, Shalane, you said a couple things here about connecting and link dumping. I've never heard that. I'm putting you on notice.
Link dumping, it's so bad.
Shalane,
so when you're a part of all these MLM groups and stuff on Facebook, people message you and they're like, "Hey, I see that you're online too as an entrepreneur and you're an MLM. Here, check this out." Blah. And then they dump their link on you, and they have to a complete stranger. They have no idea who I am. I could be making $5 billion a year on MLM, and they're dumping their link on me with their new opportunity. Get to know your people. How do you know you even want to work with your next person that you were introduced to? You don't. You need to get to know them.
And Shalane, I'm putting you on notice right now that you, my friend, are going to be doing some webinar work for us when you get back here in North America. We're putting you.
I would be honored and glad to do some webinar work for you guys.
Because this is the kind of stuff that will really, really help people, right? Link dumping, the interview process. Shalane from Alberta is going to be one of our newest trainers on our traffic control board. I'm putting you on notice.
Skippy,
Kara,
I'm excited. I'm all in 100%. Thanks to TA. I actually get to be on the call right now from Paris, France. In my first 29 days, it's given me the privilege to be across the world and to celebrate life. So thank you so much for the opportunity, you guys.
All right, and Greg Chambers, I know that you're me. Greg,
holy
get out
smokes,
here.
do I finally get to come out and say something for crying out loud?
Sorry, Greg.
Shalane, holy mackerel, it's great to hear from you all the way from Paris. I just have to share one of your own, sayings of wisdom. What you focus on will expand. Here's the proof of it. You've expanded your, horizons by making it all the way to Paris.
Absolutely. I was focused on this, and I posted actually on Facebook this afternoon. Mañana nunca es seguro. Tomorrow is never promised. So make your dreams your own reality, guys. If you want something bad enough, just make it happen. Just make it happen. That's all I got to say about that.
Words to live by. And also, Joe, I just want to kind of add, this is what, business ownership's about, being an entrepreneur. I mean, literally, it's about lifestyle. And here is, one of our up-and-coming leaders, actually showing that, it really is about lifestyle. If you had a job, you can't get up, you can't just pick up and go for a week. I mean, here's, Shalane basically, kind of almost on a whim saying, hey, I had a good couple weeks. I'm going to, take my family, and we're going on vacation. And with that said, it's a mobile business, so she can actually do some work while she's having fun. So, Shalane, congratulations. Couldn't happen to a better leader, and you have a great time over there.
Thank you so much, Greg. And you know what? Even though that I'm in Paris right now, TA is in my heart. I've adopted this so much, and the premise for me with this business is leadership and guiding my team. Like I said, I got about 30 or 40 friend requests yesterday about what are you doing? How are you being so successful? Blah blah blah. And just because they're not on my team and I don't get compensation from them directly, that's okay. It's not. You don't have to be compensated 100%. If I can help someone else who's not on my team, I've done my job for the day. You need to be there for other people, help them grow, help them build leadership skills, and that's what truly fulfills my heart and will determine me as a leader, that I can help other people while not just benefiting for myself.
Shalane, thank you very much for coming out here. Have a great time in Paris. And just
I'm totally going to. I'm on my way to the Hard Rock right now, but I had to chime in before I went to go go to the Hard Rock. So, thanks so much for accepting my call this afternoon, Joe, or this morning. Where are we? I don't even know.
Shalane, just travel well, okay? Have a good time, all right? Just be careful on the way home, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Talk to you soon, Shalane.
Absolutely.
Wow, there it is. Shalane calling in. Bye-bye. Shalane calling in from Paris. How cool is that? 2258, you're next up. 2258.
Hey, Joe, I don't mean to interrupt over here, but I can't help myself. I mean, are you sure Shalane was not sitting in your condo with you? I mean, that was a great connection.
Could you believe how good that connection was? That was really cool.
That connection was killer.
2258 is over there humming and not really paying attention, so I'm going to skip past 2258.
Kill that right now.
All right, 7534, you're next up. Hello.
Joe?
Yes.
Frank Tyler, Chicago. How you doing?
Another Chicago. Hey, Frank. I'm doing great, man. We heard from Natalie a minute ago. She's up in Batavia. Frank in the Shy. How are you? How you doing,
man?
I
heard the two of you talking, okay? Anyway, when I spoke to you last week, it had to do with me not being able to get anywhere. I kept come out of the gate. I don't have a nail in my forehead and all this good stuff, okay? So what's happening is that you say, hey, what's your name? How you spell your last name? Tyler, Tyler. As if you were going to get back to me and give me a link to get into my back office because I haven't been there yet.
All right, Frank, here's what I'm going to do. I got your phone number here. I'm going to call you personally. I'm going to hook you up, and I'm going to give you the proper information so that you could log in. Let me get the rest of your information down here, and we'll keep it going here. 4458, you're next up.
He rode that whole tire out.
4458. Pay attention. We're gonna have 4458 not paying attention. Aloha 808. Good morning. How are you?
Aloha. This is Steve Grundy. Aloha, brother.
Steve, how are you today? Calling in from Hawaii.
Oh man, I'm doing fantastic. I didn't really have a question. I would like just to give a quick shout out to Brother Vincent Ortega Jr. He did a amazeballs, excuse my French, a webinar last weekend. I learned some things about GetResponse that I had no idea about. I had some blockages in regards to my business that he cleared up, and he did that even though I'm not directly on his team, which is amazing. And I have to give a shout out to Vincent Ortega Jr. If anyone has any idea why he's the number one earner in Traffic Authority, you got to tune into his trainings, his workshops that he does for people on his team or not on his team. It's just amazing.
It is, and thank you very much. And thank you very much, Steve. I really do appreciate that. And I do quickly want to point something out here, and we heard this from Diamond Dave. We just heard this from Shalane. And Steve now is just mentioning the fact that, Vincent Ortega, he is the number one earner here. And I want you guys to realize that we are all part of the same family, all part of the same community. If Vincent Ortega is doing a webinar, which he does, everybody is invited. You can find him on Facebook. He's a regular contributor. You will hear Vincent Ortega this evening on the webinar that we will be doing at trafficweblive.net. And we're all together, right? We're all together. So tonight you come to the webinar, you're going to meet Kara. You're going to meet Diamond Dave. He's going to talk a little bit about, some of the results that we can have with GetResponse and how do you communicate with partials and what that really means. Vincent Ortega, of course, as I said, he will be there. I want everybody to rest assured that, we are all one team. We are all one family. We share all of the information. It's totally transparent. So we are offering and we are bringing you the best of the best every single day. And this morning, we heard from the best. We heard from Steve and Frank and Shalane and Natalie from Batavia, Illinois, Joe the plumber checking in, Ed from Tucson, Stephen Adams in Gainesville, welcome to our team, your first day, Tawanda in Tennessee, Mike, I can go on and on, Frank in Myrtle Beach. Dude, I'm saving the best for the very last. And I want to also say happy birthday to Joan Jett, and thank you, Barry in Tucson, and Celeste, and Diamond Dave, and Joey G, of course, Kara Kokel, thank you very much for showing up here and bringing your enthusiasm and your energy. Thank you very much, Doug Wellens. Thank you very much, Greg Chambers. Thank all of you for coming here. I guess the jury has spoken. The jury has spoken, and the radio show stays. So I guess I better get some more coffee because I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with all the rest of you all. Let's get together tomorrow. And I'll see you tonight on the webinar. If you really want to see a face that is built for radio, I'll be hosting the webinar tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to trafficweblive.net and register. Until then, make it a great day, everybody.